Thank you for visiting Stuck in the Middle podcast. Don't forget to subscribe, turn on the ringer so you could get more notifications.
Yeah, what he said, do it right now.
Yeah.
Right here.
Somewhere.
It's like right here. Yep, right there.
Welcome to another episode of Stuck in the Middle podcast. This is Josh.
I'm Reflex. Caught me off guard.
Took you a minute there.
Yeah, man. No. Welcome. We took a week off and we back. Didn't exactly plan that week off, but it happened. I want to appreciate y'all sticking it out. Everybody who hit us up, asking where the episode at. Y'all the real writers. We appreciate it. Definitely want to let you know this episode is sponsored by Perfect Office Solution, providing affordable, professional, flexible private office spaces for entrepreneurs in the DMV area, starting at just $4.99. So if you need office space, you know what I mean, move out of that living room, get professional. It's 10% off if you use promo code SITM podcast. That's the name of the our sponsor. And also, we appreciate everybody who checks us out on social media platforms, the SITM podcast and all our social media platforms. Yeah, you might have heard I got a co-host different in the building today. My man Josh, how you feeling, bro?
I'm alright, man. I can't complain.
You came correct with a t-shirt or no?
Hey, you know, gotta present.
I feel like I'm looking at AK right now.
Damn. I'm just missing the beard and all that, you know, and the blind eyes. It's all good though.
We got a special shots.
But yeah,
AK is in the building though. We appreciate him. You know what I'm saying? Like, you came all the way from Dallas too, so I appreciate you, bro.
And I'm flying out after this. You know, it's just for love. I appreciate this.
Nah, this is love. Yeah, we got a special guest in the video. You want to do us the honors?
Yes, we do. And you know what? She is a rad woman self-defense instructor and the CEO of Glamor's Island Defense. And that's none other than Bunmi Hannah Love, a.k.a. Bunmi. Oh, yeah, lade. I almost butchered it. Oh, man. Welcome to Stuck in the Middle podcast.
Thank you. I'm happy to be here.
Nah, we appreciate you coming through. I want to break the ice like this. You say practice makes permanent.
Yes.
Elaborate.
So a lot of people have always heard practice makes perfect, right? Mm-hmm. But the more often you do something, the more it stays in your muscle memory and you can subconsciously know how to do something. So the more you practice something, it remains permanent in your subconscious. So don't ever feel like you have to be perfect at something. Just keep doing it, keep hitting it, keep going at it, and it will be in your head. So when it comes out, you'll be able to do what you need to do.
So now, for somebody that doesn't know you, who's Bunmi?
Bunmi.
Who's Bunmi? Tell us a little bit about your come up.
Yeah, you know
you know what led to this glam startup. You know,
okay, so you know, I come from a family of women. I'm a awesome Nigerian jollof. Shout outs.
All right.
We'll talk about that later. But I come from, you know, a family of women, and I've always been a fighter my whole life. I'm that big sister that protects the little sister. I've always been that one. You messing with someone in the street, I'm gonna get my cousin Bunmi, even though I was never related to them. You know, I just always had that protective spirit. So as I got older and I started seeing that, wait a minute, women that look like me are missing. Women that look like me are being assaulted. Women that look like me, and we don't have a voice. You know, we don't have the complexion for the protection to get the type of, you know, stuff out there for people to find us. So I had to do something about it.
Complexion.
So you say I know that was tough. So you like from a family of all girls?
All girls.
You born in Nigeria?
Girls.
6 girls.
Yeah.
One mommy, one pa.
Yep.
One mother, one father.
Yep. Yes, I think my father was trying to get a son, but God was like, you know what? It's not happening
by the 4th, you know he was trying.
So, you know.
Born in Nigeria?
No, we were born here.
Oh, okay.
Yes. But again,
you're still African. It's okay.
You already know.
It's okay.
And my dad used to do this thing where we couldn't speak English in the house, so we'll be like, Daddy, what? What are you saying? What? So, you know,
he tried to instill that African
definitely,
culture. Have you been back since?
No, I haven't. I've been before, but it's been so many years ago.
Yeah.
So you plan to go back though, right?
Yeah, I definitely.
You do, right?
Oh, most definitely.
Cool.
So let's talk, you know, some glam defense and this awesome platform that you have. What led, you know, so you already broke down a little bit what led to that. Was this something personal or was it just like, yo?
Well, there's some things that have transpired over my life where, you know, I didn't know that it was like assault, but as I got older, you start to understand. Like when you're young and the older guys come to the middle schools and try to talk to you, you think at a young age, ooh, he got my number, he's grown, he got a core, you know, but no, that's like assault. This guy knows that you're young, you know, he knows you're 14 years old, and when you're young like that, you think it's cool when an older guy tries to get your number.
They play with you being naive.
Of course. And then also, I remember in high school, it was a Friday, You know, people skip school. Sorry, mom and dad. But, you know, it was the cool thing to skip and go to PG Plaza. And I remember my girls like, oh, we can go. And I was like, nah, I could have went. But something said, Bunmi, don't go. So they went and got sexually assaulted.
Ooh.
You know what I mean? Some guys picked them up and some things happened. So the only thing that was different was that I decided on a Friday not to go. If I would have went, that could have been my story too. And then so as I started getting older and you start hearing how people are abducting, even in Maryland, missing women of color everywhere. And then I read an article, and you don't see it on the news. And I remember on Facebook, you'll see all this stuff. I'm like, what's going on? So I read about a girl, Phoenix Cauldron, beautiful 23-year-old girl, had dinner, like we always have dinner with our parents, told her dad, hey dad, I'll be right back. They found her car abandoned. Her door was open, lights were on, her purse was there. They have not seen this girl since 2011.
Wow.
So it's so, we always take for granted that every time you come back into your home, when you leave your house and you come back the same way, it is a blessing because you never know if that's going to be the last time you see your family members. So I just want women to know that you have a platform. There is a way to protect yourself. And I want to do what I can to put it out there because I can't wait for the powers that be to make it happen. So I'm gonna do what I can to make it happen.
Wow, that's pretty dope though. So that now that led to Glam Defense.
That led to Glam
So now well, Glamazon, my bad. So then what do you have to offer? What does Glamazon have to offer?
So what I offer is that I teach women that everyone carries pepper. Well, a lot of people don't carry pepper spray, but if somebody takes it from you, how to use your physical body to aid in your personal protection. So the way men square up with one another is different from how men come at women. Okay, so I want you to know, no matter your size, when people hear self-defense, they think you have to be this martial arts, Bruce Leroy type person. But you can be where you are, the size you are, and learn how to protect yourself. So I teach you how to use those moves, how to use your body, how to build muscle memory, how to use every second, because every second counts. Don't just rely on adrenaline. Adrenaline really won't help you, to be honest with you. You know what I mean? So I teach you how to use those seconds to aid in your protection. You can get out. A lot of the times when a person is trying to assault you, they're looking for the person who's in their phone. They're looking for the person who's not paying attention. They're looking for an easy victim. They're not looking for a fight. But if it's a fight they want, it's a fight we gonna give them. You feel me? So I want women to have that. I want women to have that. That walk with confidence. Walk like like if it's gonna be me and you, I'm going home to my family. And I have that mindset every time I walk out the house that I'm not naive to the world.
Your surroundings.
You know what I'm saying? I have that mindset, and I just want women to have the same.
Did you go learn this stuff?
Yeah. So
go ahead.
I'm like, I took a self-defense class with the Bowie Police Department, and it changed my life. And I saw women that were, first I got in my head like, oh Lord, is my weight going to be a factor in this class, So I took the class. I saw myself literally grab, it's amazing what you learn. Grab some officers and slam them, but it's controlled. This was with the Bowie Police. They know me. Hey, so it was just, it empowered me to know, wait a minute, I can do this, and I can take it to another level. So I told all my sisters, they took it, and then I said, how can I become an instructor? Somebody came to me and was like, you've been taking this class over and over again. So I became an instructor.
How long ago was this?
This was 2 years ago.
Oh, okay.
2 years ago.
But I feel like it takes a lot for somebody to realize, okay, well, I'm done with just being the one that learns. I want to pass this on to somebody else to also get to learn this.
I think it's like when you go see a good movie or you have a good trip or something, you want to tell all your friends about it. It's the same thing. I think I just want everyone to know, hey, you can take advantage. You could take advantage of this class, and you can really learn how to protect yourself. Everyone says, oh, I carry pepper spray. Well, ask any woman where her pepper spray is. She's going to dig in her purse.
You know how women be digging in their purse.
Right. And I'm like, so you're going to tell the attacker?
Hold on.
Yeah, hold on a second.
I
got something in my purse.
No, that don't happen.
So it's just, I'm trying to change the narrative. I want to change people's mindset and let them know that people don't like to talk about bad things, but we have to talk about it.
Yeah, right.
So, I'm just trying. I'm trying.
Let's turn Me Too into a whoop his butt.
No, but I like the fact that you're giving the whole training with it on top of the pepper spray, because there's a lot of times even in the movies you say the girl about to pull her her rape was on, the guy's like, hold on real quick, let me get that real quick, and it's like at that point you just you're back to square one.
Exactly.
But if there's something that can be done now, so as far as a course, how long of the course is this something where you're part of as long as you want to be part of it?
So with RAD, Rape Aggression Defense System is one of the few self-defense company that's recognized by international campus law, that's recognized by a lot of the police departments. I mean, it's one of the few companies that's represented through law enforcement. So I say that to say that once you take a class, you can always, once you take a 7-week course, you can always come back and take it for as long as you want. You don't have to pay. So that's how much they're invested in a woman's safety.
What do you want to take this? Is it just a Maryland thing, or?
I want to take it all over the world, actually. My game plan is to continue to build my certifications up so that I can go to Nigeria and go to countries in Africa and teach women self-defense there. You know, teach them that if something happens, you know, you can use certain things to protect yourself. And a fight is dirty. I'm not saying that you will 100% get out of something, but I'm saying that you will 100% be able to apply yourself, and the odds will be more in your favor to get out of it. So I'm just here to give people those. This
your full time? What is this behind your layer?
This is my part time, actually. Full time, I'm a branch manager full time, and I build mobile apps and I teach women self-defense. So this is my passion. Like I've taught in a lot of school systems now. I've been in the school systems teaching 13 and 16-year-olds the importance of self-defense. The importance of just because a boy likes you doesn't mean that you know what I mean? Just teaching them things that you think they know but they don't know.
Self-worth.
So knowledge is power, so we got to get it out there.
Yeah. You know, you said something about app, and I was going to be the next question about a lot. I know you have a lot of you know, tools that you give people, things they can buy off your website, but also you have a free app.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about that.
So I have a free app called Glam Defense. It's available on all, you know, Google Play, iOS, all those great things. And what it does is that it sends mobile alerts to your phone to remind you of your safety, what to do if somebody grabs you, what to do if you're in this situation, put your phone down, you know, just what to look out for, watch your drinks when you're going out for a happy hour, you know, because the bartender is sometimes working with the person who wants to assault you. And I'm saying to myself that how can it's true though, it's true. Let me tell you something, you have to be very careful with the drinks that you get at the bar. And I'm one of those people, as soon as he pours my drink, my eyes are on you. You know what I mean? To see, you know. So you have to be very careful. People, you tell your girlfriend, hey, watch my drink. No. The only way a person can watch your drink literally is if they're like this. Who's doing that? Nobody is doing that. So Glam Defense, the mobile app, is just, everyone has a phone. Not everybody's on Facebook, not everybody's on Instagram, but everybody has a cell phone.
Yes.
So that mobile app is just to get that information out there. I mean, we have how-tos, how to use pepper spray. If you're going to carry it, learn how to use it. How to use a stun gun. What do you do if somebody duct tapes you? How to get out of it. This mobile app, and if you are a victim of sexual assault or you're going through anything, you can go into the app, the SOS app, and talk to live reps. You can chat with people and they can help you. If you're a person in domestic violence, you just can't leave. You kind of have to kind of plan and escape. They can help you plan and escape. So I just wanted to put something together where you have that access whenever you need it.
Does he have like a you know how they have Find My iPhone, like a ping where
locator.
Somebody locate? Yeah.
It does have a locator. We're going to do some other things with it, but it does have a locator on there as well. So you can do it. And it also has groups for women. I mean, if you've been a victim and you just kind of need an ear, women are so good at encouraging one another. You can join one of the groups on there and just talk and give somebody advice or share your story. We have that on there too. So
it's like a help desk social platform.
All in one. All in one.
And let's talk some stats, yo, because you know what I'm saying. Like on this app, people. Like, by the way, Glam Defense app on
Glam Defense. Yep.
You said every 98 seconds.
Every 98
somebody
seconds,
is sexually assaulted.
Every 98 seconds, a person is sexually assaulted.
Eesh.
Every night, and that includes, that's just not women, that's men, that's children. I mean, every night. Can you imagine?
I was gonna ask a man pigs because my
that's the first. That's
you know
what
I'm
saying? Men, women, children. For me, because I'm a woman, my focus is on women. You know what I mean? But it happens to men too. Young boys. I mean, you have to be very careful. And I even talk to parents, and just to put it out there that when you have your kids around different, my father never had us like hug people or uncle so and so. This is uncle. Go and hug him. My dad was never that person. Nobody's your uncle. You know, like don't sit on somebody's lap. Like he used to say these things to me and my sister, and I used to be like, "Dad's tripping. Like what's going on?" But I understand why, and I think that probably has put this in me from a long time ago.
You know how them African uncles, they be holding hands a little too long. They be like, how are you?
I don't know what to do this thing.
Uncle, let it go.
Not to do this thing.
Crazy.
You have grown.
Be all on your
Like,
messenger like
my God, chill out.
I'm telling
It's
you,
all good.
it's crazy. I mean, I had an aunt, and she's not even my aunt, but this lady, and you know, I remember I was probably like 18 years old, and she was walking up the hill with her husband. She said, Bunmi, you are grown, no? And then proceeded to grope me. And I told my mom, I was like, Mom, I didn't know what to do because my instinct was to punch her in her face. I'm like, oh my God, we African. I can't just punch. It's going to be bad on me. All this stuff was going through my head, but it's so important to talk to your kids and let them know they have a voice. Even your young kids, don't tell them to go to so-and-so's house and listen to everything so-and-so says because kids will listen to everything so-and-so says. So you just have to be very careful and ask them, how was your day? What is it that you liked about your day? What is it that you didn't like about your kids? Will tell you telltale signs so you can kind of know. So we talk about that too.
I feel like part of the problem too is we've accepted these things and said, oh, it's being African.
No,
it's okay. It's this and then it's Uncle so and so.
Yeah.
Or maybe I feel like at some point we need to get to a point where we want to change the culture and be like, you know what, this might have been acceptable however many years ago, but we're here to make a difference in that whole aspect. But that's just
we're here to break those those stereotypes, those things that we've allowed to be okay. And it starts with a discussion. I've had so many discussions. It's so funny. Some of my African brethren, it's not that serious, but it is serious because it made me feel like it made me feel a certain kind of way. So I've understand that my boundaries are not for anyone to respect. I can care less. My boundaries are for me. And if you breach that boundary, we have issues. And I don't care, the culture. I have to protect myself. I have to. Nobody's going to do it like I can do it. I can't put that in the hands of anyone else.
Point out every girl in your class who I know that's. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
It's so important. I feel so passionate about this. I'm so,
Since starting glam in defense, have you had to use your skills in like real life threatening situations?
I have had to, but it started with a lot of times 90% of self defense is education and your voice. To be honest with you, so I've had to stay back. I've had to look at people in the eye like you don't even want this. You know what I mean? Like I've had to assert that, and I could be scared in my heart, but I'm telling you, if we gonna fight, it's gonna be a problem. Like I'm going home to my family. Yeah. And that has deterred situations. Glory to God. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But, that I would say has helped me. Have I had to be in a situation where I had to fight for my life? No, I haven't. But I've used the tool sets in self-defense to not even let it get to that point. Yeah. Now I pray to God that if it ever has to,
you going home though. I'm pretty sure about that.
Home.
Yeah, I think you going home. Yeah. Pretty positive.
I'm going home. I am going home.
Unscathed.
I'm going home.
No, facts. Part of it, I feel like, you said it earlier. They're going for somebody that's weaker and all that. But if you come and that's what you assumed a person to be, and they show you time out real quick, you got the wrong one. It kind of he's gonna have to go back and reevaluate or just let it go.
Exactly.
How do you instill that to women who come to your class or who download the app who are remote right now listening from Canada or Mexico, India, whatever?
So what we go ahead.
As far as like who naturally are timid, how do you instill that confidence in that?
You would be surprised. A lot of women don't hit things. Men at young, you guys, you get the box and whatnot. But you will be surprised the confidence that comes in you when you hit a mat repeatedly and you say no. When you do a striking motion or you start to say affirmations to yourself, when you start to punch, we women are innate with that kind of strength anyway, to be honest. A woman will put her fist in a dog's mouth to stop it from, we have that in us. It's just bringing it to the surface. So when you start with affirmations, when you start to place value on yourself and you say, I am worthy of being protected, I am worthy of being safe, it will start to manifest itself in how you carry yourself. And we talk about that on the mobile app too. It's just getting you to believe that you're worthy enough to even defend yourself. Yeah.
Hey. Yes.
That's like, okay, I know. I'm not one to try to attack women anyways, but so it's as far as tasers, stun guns, pepper spray, even rape whistles, and personal. What would you say is legal and not legal for women to carry, or for people to just carry?
So it depends on your state. Now I would say here, just recently, Baltimore County and Anne Arundel had released their laws that you can carry pepper spray and stun guns in Annapolis and Baltimore now. You can, but you want to check your city to see if you can carry it. So on the glamdefense.com website, you can go and look to see if it's eligible in your county to carry. And I'm a fan of all of it. I'm a fan of pepper spray, stun guns, tasers. But if you make a decision to carry a weapon, you have to know how to use it. And we teach that too, how to use pepper spray.
Do the girls get pepper sprayed?
Well, we use water based. We're not gonna really.
No. I mean, because to me, and this come from a different background, but it's like if you're gonna use something, you kind of. You
no,
need
you're
to
right.
know
You need to know how it.
what the effects of it are gonna be.
I won't do it in my class.
Yeah.
But we use water-based pepper spray. But it's always good to know what pepper spray feels like.
Yeah.
I've pepper sprayed and stun gun myself. You guys.
I know.
Only because you gotta know. I want to know. Like,
Yeah.
It's no joke.
Make sure you have.
And I was second her on that one.
Make sure you got a gallon
no
of
joke
milk
at
in the
all.
corner.
It's no joke. It's no joke. Like a lot of people don't know. Like with tasers, tasers are awesome. They shoot out 25 feet, right?
I got a couple of them joints.
Here's the thing with a taser: if one prong goes in and the other doesn't, it will not work.
It won't work.
Oh.
Yeah.
You know, so you have to know how to shoot. You see what I'm saying? So people don't know that. People think you just pull it and bam. No. If you don't know how to shoot, then what?
If you miss, you miss. That's it.
Not he bad.
Right now
Now
we
you
do
bad because
we
it
do
hurts for
carry-
the punctures,
I'm
but
telling
yeah.
you. But we do carry tasers where if that happens, it turns into a stun gun. But remember, you have to get up on a person. So there are pros and cons to every weapon.
Yeah.
That's why I'm such a I'm such a fan of knowing how to use your own body. In case that fails you, you can use your own body to aid in your protection.
What do date rape kids do? Is that how you say date rape kids?
Something like that.
So there's two types of a date rape kit is where you can test a drink. You know what I mean? There's these strips that you have, right? And you can test the alcohol drink if somebody
makes
put
sense,
a
makes
roofie in your drink.
Yeah.
So you take a drop of it, you
Molly.
put it. If it turns color, then someone has tried to.
Roofie you.
Yeah. And you'll be surprised. A lot of sexual assaults. Not saying that that's the main way, but especially on college campuses, it happens through alcohol.
Yeah.
When you at a bar, I mean, I've had women in my class tell me, hey, you know, this happened to me. Somebody put something in my drink, but I was with my girlfriends. I mean, you'll be
took it
surprised. It
home.
happens so often. It's crazy. So that's what that is.
No, that's actually wild. There was a guy on Facebook. I think he has this whole show where he goes up to girls, whether they be with their guy or whatnot, and he will drop something in their drink, and they're
I've
all
seen that.
talking about it, and they don't even realize it. And they'd be like, "If I were you, I would not drink your drink." I'm like, "Why?" Because I just put something in it, just to kind of give you awareness. You know how
Yeah.
easy it is
It's very
for someone to
easy.
do it. It could be as simple as making you turn away and boom,
It's
done.
very easy.
But then I hate to get to this. This is the part where I actually bothers me. So we're sitting here, we're talking about, oh, girls, this is what you need to do. This is what you need to make sure you don't walk by yourself at night. Make sure you take self-defense classes. Make sure you have a pepper spray. Make sure you have all this. But at no point do you say, hey, guys, make sure you carry pepper spray. Make sure. Make sure you.
Guys, make sure you carry pepper spray.
Yeah, but
But
you know, it's
again,
like-
I mean, I hear you.
yeah,
And again,
I just feel like it's getting to a point where, and
The guys are like demonized.
no, it's not that the guys are demonized, because I feel like there's sexual assault on both sides.
Oh, yeah, there's
but what are we doing to better educate? I guess
So this-
like to try to find some of the solution, you know, so that
I see what
you
you're
don't
saying.
have to have glam defense. No offense, but
Well,
I'm just saying.
Well, here's
you know.
the thing. It's one of those. I take it like this. In a perfect world, you know, I would love to not get sick, but I have health insurance for just in case if it happens. I mean,
Facts.
I think we're always going to need glam defense in a sense because we're not in a perfect world. One thing about rape aggression defense system is that they also teach self-defense for men. You can take a self-defense class as a guy. You know, it's just a male instructor will teach you. But it's out there for men too. It's just getting the information out there because we all need it.
Yeah.
We all need it. And I hear you, but we're not in a perfect world.
No, I know we're not in a
Yeah.
perfect. It's more of the thing where it's like I feel like it's become something where we've accepted it. You know, this is just how it is, guys. You know, girls just adapt to the situation. But how about the younger generation after us is coming up? Is there a way to change the culture for them? Be like, hey, you know what? How about if she says no, she really means no.
Right.
How about you don't try to get if she's not interested when she's sober, she's probably not interested when she's drunk.
Facts.
Right.
You know,
and I really think that's happening now, especially with this whole Me Too movement and having conversations with men, especially young boys to know that you're not as privileged as you think you are. You know what I mean? It's been okay for guys to get away with stuff as a young guy. I've seen it with some of my cousins. Oh, he's just a boy.
Yeah.
You know, he's just a boy. But once we start having those conversations where we're telling them no is no, if she says no, this means no at a young age. I remember let me tell y'all this real quick. Situation with my niece. We took her to someone's, and this boy, he liked her. Young boy liked her, and he kisses her. She said, leave me alone. He follows her. Leave me alone. He follows her. Then he just kisses her out of nowhere. She comes upstairs. She's upset. He did this to me. And in that moment, you have to, what you tell her in that moment will determine how she plays things out. I said, you're right. He had no right to do that. Nobody should put their mouth on you. Nobody should, and we had this comment, and they talked to him, and it's amazing how women were saying, oh, he's just a little boy. He didn't mean it. But you have to have these conversations at a young age to let him know that's unacceptable. So having the conversation with our young sons and letting them know you don't do that will help bring that generation to have that mindset.
You mentioned women of color earlier, and just to piggyback off that, the women of color, this is facts, get less, at least media coverage as far as sexual assault, sexual crimes concerned. Yes.
And it's unfortunate, but I've seen it. I would not have known about women that look like me missing if it wasn't for Black and Missing Foundation. Shout outs to them. I would never have known about it. I wouldn't know about it if I didn't see it on Facebook. I never turned the news and see. The only kid I ever saw was Relisha Rudd when she was missing. They were looking for her. It wasn't that she was assaulted yet. It was just that they were trying to find a missing person. But for the number, if I tell you 98 seconds, every person is sexually assaulted. If I tell you that African American women in Maryland and Prince George's County account for a lot of high assault rapes in this county, you would think that you would see it often, right? But you don't. You don't see it. So it's crazy. So unfortunately, we don't get the media coverage, but we still can do what we need to do to protect ourselves, I think, by having conversations like this and podcasts like this and community outreaches in our communities so, and they're doing it. It's happening.
What do you think a rapist should get as far as justice for their crime?
Get political and religious.
You can just throw it out there. Don't filter in nothing.
They should get what they did to somebody else done to them.
Sheesh.
Hey, golden rule, right?
That's gonna change. Let it be done to you.
Yeah.
Trying to.
Hey. Yeah, that'll be bad.
That'll be bad. Definitely. That'll be bad. That'll be horrible.
Oh man. Yeah. So earlier you brought up, that was the very first thing you talked about, where practice
makes permanent,
not perfect.
Not perfect.
So basically, would you say then constant practice with training would be more effective, or is it just one of those things where, I took the training already, so I'm good for however long that is?
No, always constant. Whatever you learn in the class, you have to apply it for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
There's not a day go by that I'm not at least 15 minutes a day going over the moves that I know to build my muscle memory. And you'll be surprised. I had a guy who I hadn't seen in years come up behind me, Bunmi, and I elbowed him something serious in his face. It was instinct in the movie theater. I was like, dude.
Don't be coming up on me.
Right, you can't do that. He was like, I just wanted to say hi. Well, just say hi. You don't have to just run up on me. I'm not liable for what's gonna happen.
Oh man.
But that's muscle memory. That's what muscle memory does. When things happen and you go straight into your training, you don't even think, and that's what I want all.
It just becomes part of just your reflexes.
When I see you, I'm like,
from afar away.
Yes. But I mean, it's true. It's not a day that goes by that I don't go over some type of training.
So I know people learn differently. People, they take their own. I can learn something in a week. He can learn something in 2 weeks. I mean, I'm not trying to say slower, but it was just an example. But
why do you have to emphasize that though?
I have to get that real quick because I said 1 week, 2 weeks. I'm like, ooh, that's not good. But like, how long do you think it takes an average person to actually get to learn these to the point where you can say, you know what, she is effective in what she's learned?
I couldn't say because this is a lifelong lesson thing, I would say. Our courses are 7 weeks and we do a simulation in there too. So you get to kind of apply what you've learned in the class, and it's controlled though. You know what I mean? So once you get over the initial shock, you might be able to be okay going forward. You know what I mean? So it's just something, I can't say how long it takes. It's just something I think everyone should do every day.
Yeah. Who else out there is doing what you're doing that you know?
So I know companies that probably sell weapons, but I don't know. There's another company I do know that are really good. They actually teach active shooter training too, and I partner he'll come to my classes and teach my students. So RBT group, they're really good at teaching active shooter training and self-defense also, and they're doing it big too. And they're the only other company that I know of who's effective, and you will learn. You know what I mean? You need to be in something that will change your life. And once you hear the information, it will change your life. You will start looking at your safety a lot differently. You'll start putting your phone down.
Oh yeah, that's fact.
I'm telling you.
So now, let's say there's a woman watching. You know, she's been sexually assaulted in the past. She's actually really worried that coming to this class might bring up some traumatic memories or so a little bit of PTSD, basically. So, what would you suggest to them?
So we have counselors too on the mobile app that you can talk to. I mean, I'm not a counselor. I am a prayer warrior though, but of course you need to talk to someone. And we've had that happen where when you're hitting something, the mind is so powerful that it can bury things that have happened. You know, sometimes people don't know. So we have counselors that you can talk to if they want to. I've had women hit something and don't come back to the class because you got to deal with those things. But we have counselors.
How do you deal, say outside of the class, also just trauma, like from picking back PTSD?
I mean, well, because I have never been, I've had things happen to me, but I've never been raped in my life, but there's things, I guess it's just counseling. I'm an advocate for mental health. Counseling really helps. You can talk to someone, you could talk to your friends, but you need someone who's trained clinically to be able to help you. And it could be a lifelong thing, and it's okay with that. It's okay, but I'm an advocate for counseling. I think counseling helps. Definitely.
I feel like that goes both ways too, because a lot of times, whether it be, when I say both ways, I mean male and female.
Oh yeah.
Because I feel like a lot of times you have the guys, you got that pride. I'm a guy. I don't get hurt. No, I'm good. But then actually realizing, I feel like the strongest thing you could do is realizing you have that problem and actually seeking the help for it. I don't think there's anything manlier, than that, than trying to bury some. Because I mean, think about it. A lot of times, those guys, you're not allowed to show emotion per se, because the way you are, it's like nah, men don't cry. Men don't, but I know, but it's just one of those things. It's when you start that as a kid, men don't cry. By the time something happens for real as a man, it's like, bro, I'm actually a man now. I can't cry. This is not. And I just want a second on that. I
love that you said that. That goes back to breaking down the stereotypes and all the conditioning, the social programming for things like that, and having those conversations at a young age. Like, it's okay. It's okay to cry. It's okay to feel how you feel. It's okay. Let's talk about it. Talking about your emotions. Always, when people say that, I say Jesus wept. We have tear ducts for a reason. So I'm just saying that it's good.
Might as well use them.
Yeah, you have to. I had to condition myself, even as an African woman, being the oldest one. I didn't show emotion from my sisters because I had to be the big sister, even though I'm crying in my heart. And I had to learn as an adult, it's okay to show emotion. That's a sign of power, not weakness. And acknowledging how you feel is a sign of power, not weakness. So I had to change my mindset. And if I didn't change my mindset, I probably couldn't be doing this to help other women.
What's the difference between RAD Women's Defense? Is there a difference?
Glamazon in Defense is my company, right? But I'm certified through Rape Aggression Defense System, which is a self-defense company that teaches that you can become an instructor through, and they teach you how to use the certain parts of your body, the most accessible places of your body for protection, for defense. So instead of you having to be a martial art and, it shows you if somebody grabs you from the back. Martial arts is like you see the attack coming in a sense. You know what I mean?
Kind of like your friend.
Right. Right. But no, I didn't even see that coming. So he got it. So, but it just teaches you there's certain areas of the body that no matter how strong a person is, how whatever, you can't strengthen them. So they teach you how to break those things down, how to destroy them, how to inflict injury, not pain. You need to go down. So they teach you those things. And that's amazing. And I love that you don't have to be, I'm all for fitness, don't get me wrong. I think the more fit you are, the better it'll aid in something. But again, you could be where you are now and still kick ass. Excuse my profanity.
No, you are.
No, you good. No good. But I think the one thing I've learned here is put the phone down.
Put the phone down. Yes.
That's the one thing I've learned. I'm gonna take that advice too.
Yes, put the phone
down. It goes even with motor accident, and that's a different topic.
Yeah. But now, how do you
be aware of your surroundings? Another thing to take with you. Be aware of you and trust your instincts.
Always.
How many times have we been in situations and I call it the spirit of God, but I don't know what y'all call it. But something says, "Don't go here. Don't go down this path. Don't do this." And it's nothing. I'm gonna be all right. And then something happens.
Yeah.
So trust your instincts and be aware of your surroundings.
And when you realize it's a little too late, the moment you realize how your feeling was right. But no. But so how do you tell? How do you tell a good course from a bad course per se?
If it doesn't talk on a bad course to me, that doesn't talk on the power of knowing your voice, that doesn't teach you about certain decisions, trusting your instincts. If it's not teaching you those things, the verbal part of self-defense is not a good course. It's not just about kicking and fighting. You know, people think self-defense about, I'm gonna punch this person. No, it starts with your voice. It starts with trusting your instincts. It starts with knowing your surroundings. If it's not teaching you those things, run. Don't go there. Come to Glamazon and
Hey. Self-plug.
What's better though, male or female instructor?
both.
Yeah.
But I've noticed for me, a lot of women request me because, again, some people have been assaulted. So they feel more comfortable being around a woman, you know, to learn from. But I think they're both pretty good, I would say. I can't say one is better than the other because each sex brings something to the fight.
So then you said sexual. So what message then would you have for somebody that's been a victim of sexual assault?
That you're not alone. That you have a community of women that are ready to hug you, love up on you, and fight in war with you. And then there's help out there, and we're going to give it to you. Yeah, and we love you. It's not your fault.
Yeah. Man.
Not your fault.
Yeah. That's a perfect place to end right there, bro. Yeah. What do you think?
I just want to say that last part. I like that when you say it's not your fault.
It's not
because a lot of times you hear, "Oh, well, if you hadn't put on that short dress, you'd be all right."
It's all
If you weren't showing a little more cleavage, you would have been all right.
Yeah.
But then it's really not your fault. Yeah, you could rock whatever you want to rock.
Exactly.
You know, because at no point am I going to hear anybody say, "You had a tight shirt on, Josh." That's why. You're not gonna hear that. You're not gonna hear that.
Right.
You're never gonna hear that. But let her show a little more cleavage. That's a problem.
Right. It is not your fault.
It's not your fault, dear.
No, not at all.
I just have to get that out for real. Like, it really
Josh
is.
coming for next.
It's true. I mean, he got a good point. He has a good point.
It really is. He's got to get to that point where we stop trying to blame the victim and actually hold the perpetrator responsible for what they're doing. You know, and in a lot of ways, I'm sorry I have to bash a culture like that, but it comes back to the African thing. Well, girls normally don't wear like that. Why were you wearing like that? Why you trying to be American? Why you trying to do this? But then I'm like, hold on, chill out. You know, she can dress however she wants. At the end of the day, as a guy, I should know very well. Look, that's no touchy unless you say you can touch. You know, it's simple as that. Man.
Josh, where you from?
Huh?
Where you from?
I'm originally from Rwanda.
Yeah.
All right.
I just had to put it on the record.
I have to put it out there real quick, you know.
real quick.
How's your jollof? Let's not talk about it.
First of all, we don't have jollof. A lot of the other things we have are better than jollof. But it's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
We'll talk about jollof. That one will help you. Don't worry.
Please don't eat Nigerian jollof.
My
brother.
You know what?
I do.
If you want to make it back to Dallas.
Oh no, we didn't.
Yeah.
Don't worry. We would not steer you wrong.
Yeah, it's okay.
What do you do? Say for fun outside of glam and defending. Helping women.
Dance.
Because somebody might listen to
karaoke.
Like,
I do a mean Michael Jackson. Let's just put that out there. I do a mean Michael Jackson impersonation. Just put that out there. But I mean, I like dancing, hang with my sisters. Just fun stuff. Karaoke.
How can people get in touch? Website.
Okay, my website is
Instagram.
glamdefense.com. Instagram is glamazon_self-defense, or you can follow Coco Blushes. And that's me. I'm Coco Blushes everywhere. Twitter, Instagram, but Glam Defense, Instagram, Facebook. It's all there. Glam Defense.
Want to sign up for the class? Where did you go on the website?
Glam Defense. Yep. You can go to Glam Defense and sign up for our upcoming class. It's going to be awesome. We're going to incorporate some active shooter. That one's going to be open to men and women. So I expect all of you there. So it's going to be a great, it's going to be a phenomenal class. You're going to take over. It's going to change your lives.
You spoke on the personal side. You gave your personal. Are you trying to have people slide in a DM?
No, I'm just saying Coco Blushes.
I'm just saying. I'm just trying to cover
the ground. Popping the whole time.
They've been popping. I'm just saying. You know
what?
The moment you said it, I was like,
no,
they're popping.
If you can't find Glamazon, Coco Blushes is there too. So I'm just here to be an advocate, to help, to be a voice. Whatever information I have and you need, I'm gonna provide it.
I feel like I've learned a lot myself.
I believe you have, both of you.
It's been a pleasure having you.
Thank you.
Thank
This
you.
was wonderful. I
Come back.
appreciate you
Come
both.
back.
Yeah.
Hey, Josh, man, thanks for since sliding in and
Hey, I had to just a little bit.
you know what I'm saying?
Nah, it's fun, man.
Helping us, bring it to life here today.
I love this, man. I enjoy this stuff, and any chance I get, I just jump on.
I know that's right.
And plus, I got nothing but love for these guys. And
Yeah.
Y'all doing a good job.
Appreciate it, bro.
It's
Thank
fun
And check out about that
hosting.
wall. Yay!
Yeah, what she said. Whatever she said.
Yeah, let's do
Let's
that.
give them a round of applause.
Okay.
let's do
What
Yoruba.
Yoruba babes. Now listen, if you enjoy what you listen to, make sure you subscribe on YouTube. It's youtube.com/SITM podcast. Turn that ringer on so you get every episode as soon as they drop. And hit us up on the IG. You know what I'm saying? We are friendly. We'd love to hear from you. SITM podcast. We on Facebook as well. We got a lot of good stuff happening on Facebook and also on Snapchat and all that good stuff. This episode has been sponsored by Perfect Office Solution, providing office space or providing affordable, professional, flexible office space for entrepreneurs in the DMV area. Hit them up. Let them know we sent you. You get 10% off your lease. This is Stuck in the Middle podcast. Thank you for checking out, and we are out. You gotta say we out.
Oh, we're out. Yeah.
That's
Okay.
AK does
So
that.
so okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
But
yeah.
I'm me though.
Oh,
We're officially out.
yeah.